Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Vet Ranch. I'm Dr. Lee, and I'd introduce you to this guy right here, but he doesn't have a name. He was found wandering the streets a couple of days ago. Come here, buddy. Come here, little buddy. And as you can see, he doesn't have any hair on him at all. Yeah. He doesn't have any hair on him at all. And his eyes are just full of pus, and his head's just bleeding, and he is starving to death. So this little guy is just a terrible, terrible case of abuse here. He said, that looks like food. He literally will do anything for food. He's really hungry. She'll get a good shot of his sides and all. He's just all sunk in and caved in. You can just see the pus in his eyes. I don't think he sees well. I don't think he hears well. Really, just anybody's guess as to what went on with this poor little baby. He's real difficult to handle because his skin is so infected. It's really, really painful. He's got Demodex. We did some skin scrapes on him. We checked him for heartworms. Fortunately, he does not have heartworms. So we've already started his treatment for the Demodex. But we're going to keep him here and get these infections down in his skin and try to get him a little bit more healthy. And then we'll send him back to the fosters and get him adopted out. But anyway, it looks like he's a Doberman Pinscher, and more than likely what they call a blue Dobie. And those dogs have terrible skin, and you really have a lot of trouble with their coats anyway. They're what they're called a dilute color. But he's coming around pretty good. He growled and snapped at us on the first days when we were manipulating. What was that, 2 days ago, Michelle? Mm-hmm. And his skin, believe it or not, he looks a whole lot better. But he's a lot easier to handle now. And basically, we just used food to accomplish that because he was just starving. Okay, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Let's have a look at your eyes there too.
Good boy.
Okay, that looks much better. Yeah, we even wondered at first if he was blind because his eyes were so squinty because of all the infections he had in his skin. And he still, man, he will eat anything. Mm-hmm. Okay, 7 days, and man, that's a dramatic change. Even the wounds on his head are healing up, so good boy. We are ready to do Blue's neuter right now. We are 3 weeks out since we first got him in, and he's gained about 10% of his body weight. We're going to be increasing his dog food now to really try to get the weight on him. His teeth have no wear on them except where he's chewed at cages, but all the back teeth are perfectly clean. They have no tartar on them whatsoever. So it's going to be real interesting to see what this dog looks like with hair on him. I have a feeling he's going to be a fairly young, beautiful dog. If we had to guess, we'd say he's probably under 2 years of age right now. But anyway, we're going to get him neutered, then continue his treatments. Lindsay, why, Michelle?
72, about 72.1.
All right, so he's gained another six on top of the first 6.
Oh, there, sit. You sit. Sit.
And here is Blue. We are 4 weeks into his treatment, and you can see he's gained about 12 pounds, and he is still really, really interested in food. And the good thing about him is you can see tufts of hair growing on his back now. Right through there, little fuzzy stuff coming up, little tufts back here on the little back end. And his skin doesn't have near as much of the elephant hide appearance to it as it did at first. All right, week 5, and we are 78.7 pounds. And we started out in the low 60s, I think 62, Michelle, is that
yeah.
right? So at 78 pounds, he's on his way to gaining almost 20 pounds. So he's really, really coming around good. And as you can tell, he's still pretty squirmy. He is really poorly socialized, but at least he's lost the aggressive tendencies that he had. We neutered him, and he's been here long enough that he's used to people now, but he's still really, really unsure, and it's rare for him to be still like this. But nevertheless, we've lost almost all these little scabs on top of his head. His skin is much, much smoother all across his body now. And he's starting to get hair. There's little tufts of hair coming out now, so he's really coming around good. So we're 5 weeks into this. It looks like it'll probably be another 5 weeks before he completely hairs up and we lose all the scabs. And honestly, it'll probably take that long for him to come around personality-wise too, to where he'll be an adoptable dog. Week number 6. And look at all this hair on this boy. And the tail works, and his eyes are clearing up. Still a little bit of discharge in this one. But everything is looking good, and he is a happy boy. Come on, bud. That's right.
Yeah, now I know where all the dollars are.
There he comes, there he comes.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hard to believe that's that same dog. Blue. What do you say, Dad? Oh, Michelle's getting treats. And what are, this is 6 weeks in, right, Michelle? 7. We'll have to go look. Do you have any fingers left on that hand? Look.
I'm gonna get on the floor.
Yep, that's right. Michelle said Blue just dumped over the trash and ate a big hunk of somebody else's food on his way up here from the kennel. Blue, how you doing, bud?
Here, let me have
You
that.
look so good. You're actually getting hair on your head now. I wish you'd teach me how to do that. So here's that little scrawny guy that came in 2 months ago, tried to bite everybody because everybody was trying to hurt him. He weighed about 60 pounds. And didn't have a hair on him. I'm boring you guys because I'm seeing him 2 months after the fact, and you're seeing him 10 minutes into the video here. Did you think I had food in my hand, huh? But this guy, he was so neglected and so abused, bless his heart, and he was so hard to handle. He tried to bite us. We had to put muzzle on him to do anything, and now he's just a big old goofy puppy. He's probably now, he's between a year and a half and 2 years of age, and his hair's growing in, really looking good. This is, I believe we're 8 or 9 weeks into having this knucklehead with us here.
10.
So, I'm sorry?
I think it's 10.
Okay, 10 weeks. So he's been here a long time. It is time for him to leave, and we're going to miss him because he's become just a part of the clinic that we all just love to have around. Just a big old goofy pup. He will find a home pretty easily. There's always people looking for dobies. This is a common dobie thing. They are leaners. They have to lean on you all the time, and it's just so good to see him doing dobie things because when he first came here, he didn't want to have anything to do with any of us. So this is a success story, and you're responsible for it. And we thank you so much for all you guys that watch Vet Ranch, support Vet Ranch. It really allows us to take these guys like him. He was ready to be euthanized. There's no way anybody would have adopted him. He looked awful, he was mean, and there was going to be a tremendous vet bill involved in him too. And because of your sweet generosity, we were able to save him. Blue, say bye to everybody. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you next time on Vet Ranch.